Now that's the view I've been waiting for. Wing view with Mount Mayon in sight. That is perfect. Let's take a photo of that. Maybe an angle like this would do pretty nicely. Oh my goodness. Yes, please. Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. What the heck is that guy doing? Well, there seems to be a lot more live traffic recently. I think other people have noticed that as well. That's a good thing. Seems to not only be limited to the US either. There's one guy there taxiing, although I'm not sure if those are real people or that's live traffic. Either way, they seem to be behaving, so we're fine. We are here again in Manila, Naiya Airport, Romeo Papa Lima Lima, because I'm testing something out. I've been contacting Dave, the developer of Pilot to ATC, and I told him about the bug here in Naiya, and he so graciously took a look at it and he actually found the issue. So we're testing out today if it's fixed now. There was an issue before where I couldn't even for an IFR clearance because I know things were just not working properly. Some mishaps. Frequency changes were not happening. I wasn't being handed over to other frequencies. I wasn't being given clearance and whatnot. So hopefully that's all fixed now. We will see for ourselves. First things first is we should actually tune into ATIS.
Ninoy Aquino International Information Romeo. Winds are light and variable. Visibility 6 miles. 1,900 few clouds. Temperature 29. Dew point 25. Current QNH is 1009er. Arriving and departing runway 24.
24 noted. We have
Ninoy
Romeo.
Aquino International Information Romeo.
Alright, here we go. We're now going to see if it's working.
Zepu 237 ready to copy IFR clearance.
Zepu 237 is cleared to Romeo Papa Lima Papa. Climb via the TIMON 2B departure. With the TIMON transition, that is filed. Expect departure runway 24. Climb to flight level 140 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 9 minutes after departure. Departure on 119.9er. Squawk 5234.
Even the departure frequency they gave now, that is amazing.
Climb via the TIMON 2B departure. With the TIMON transition, then is filed.
Looks to be working perfectly well. Thank you, Dave.
Expect higher clearances 9 minutes after departure. Departure on 119.9er. Squawk 5234.
Zepu 237 read back correct. QNH is 1009er. Contact ground on 121.35 when ready for pushback. Enjoy your morning.
QNH is 1009er. Ground on 121.35. Zepu 237.
Sounds good. That actually looks pretty nice. Awesome. Oh, that's pretty cool. It looks like they've also pushed in an update for the ATC here. So looks like depending on the ATC status here, it actually is detected by Pilot to ATC now. From standby it goes to ground. I'll show you that guy. So the mode here from ground, if I go to standby, then that becomes standby as is. That was previously not working before. That was not synced at all. Pretty cool. Okay, we'll see if that becomes altitude reporting later as we take off. Nice.
Zepu 237 ready for pushback and engine start.
Zepu 237 pushback and engine start approved.
Pushback and engine start approved.
Awesome.
Zepu
Release the parking brake.
237.
Start the pushback. Let's go ahead and turn on our fuel pumps and start engine number 2. You can hear the packs closing there. Looking very nice here. Lots of planes on the ground. Some even moving. I like it. Let's make sure not to forget the beacons in there. Alright, introduce fuel. You can hear engine number 2 starting to spool up. Like the sound of that. Now here we should be able to start our left turn. Any planes in the vicinity? Not really. We are looking pretty good there. Set the parking brake. Hug can go off. This job is done. And for us, we can start engine number 1. In the meantime, let's go and check performance numbers here. Takeoff trim would be 7.1. Let's make sure that we align that here in the trim. Looking good. Let's make sure that the controls are working. Rudders. Rudder pedals. Okay, looking good. And then as we reach 20% N2, introduce fuel. Engine number 1. Now while that's starting up, we do have a very interesting departure. I do love the departures here in the Philippines. They make use of the VORs, or at least the arrivals or the departures that I often choose, make use of them. In particular, right now, we are joining the TIMON 2 Bravo departure, standard instrument departure, the SID. We're basically departing from runway 24, making a left turn, and then we'll be intercepting the 117 radial from the Manila VOR. So you can see this 117 line from the VOR right at the airport, draw 117 degrees outbound, and you have that line there. So that's what we'll be joining. After departing from runway 24, we make a left turn, and then we join that 117 radial on the way through. So I like to simulate that and use the actual VOR needles and heading select and stuff like that to really simulate it and make it as professional looking as possible. Now what is that? That's interesting. There's actually someone above us. 3,400 feet above. Looks like there's a plane here as well. Well, that might be the guy. I wonder if this is AI or if it's a player. He might have been waiting long because I have been busy talking here, so my bad. Anyway, let's get going. Let's request taxi here.
Zepu 237 ready to taxi.
Zepu 237 taxi to runway 24 via taxiways Golf 13, Delta 3, Delta 4, Charlie 2, Charlie 1, Hotel 1. Hold short runway 24.
Taxi lights
Taxi
on.
to runway 24 via taxiways Golf 13, Delta 3, Delta 4, Charlie 2, Charlie 1,
And turn
Hotel
off the
1.
APU.
Hold short runway 24.
Turn on probe
Zepu
heats.
237.
Looking good there. Alright. So that's perfect because the clearance that they've given us is on this parallel route. So we really have to turn right here. Golf 13 is this one. And then Delta 3, Delta 4 would be these guys on our left. So we'll make a left turn here. Make sure not to block any other planes in the vicinity. Let's see. Let's have a look at that guy if he managed to move already. Yeah, he managed to move. That guy, it's impossible that that's a real player. If it was a real person behind that, he would have circled around me already. Especially given that if that guy is from Manila, he would know some Manila driving. You don't really stick to the line. You get creative oftentimes. Let's continue with the rest of the steps here. Reversers will be armed. Taxi lights are on. Manual cross flow will be turned on there. And let's not forget our flaps. Flaps 8 for takeoff. And now we have takeoff config okay. So you can see that here. That's usually my indicator. 3 green, 3 white. Takeoff config okay. Left and right reversers armed. And then you have the manual cross flow, seat belts, and no smoking signs. Those are good signs that we are ready for takeoff. Looking good. You have an aircraft there. Yeah, I love the live traffic. Live traffic combined with real players, combined with static planes from this payware scenery from Cloudsurf Asia simulations. Looking pretty good. You can see the Philippine Airlines and Cebu Pacific planes here. Quite nice. These are all from the scenery, I believe. Yeah, that would be great if we would get actual AI live traffic planes with those correct liveries, that will make things a lot more believable, wouldn't they? Oh my goodness, these planes look amazing. They look like baby planes. Look like a baby next to these guys. What plane is that, guys? Is that an A350? That's my guess. You let me know if I got it wrong. You have some smaller planes here as well. Oh wow, plane spotting on this spot, huh? On this area. Maybe that's an A320. Looking good. So we have a couple of colors in the MFD there. The green line is the VOR course, that 117 radial that I mentioned, and the magenta line is where the VOR is currently. So it's pointing.
Contact tower on 118.1. Have a good morning.
Tower
Alright,
on
looking good.
118.1 Zepu 237.
So this means the VOR, the Manila VOR 114.4 is that way to our right. Something along those lines. Look at that. Traffic. Quite interesting. Alright, we're ready for takeoff here. Let's go ahead and signal. Ask for clearance.
Tower Zepu 237 ready for departure runway 24.
Zepu 237 winds are light and variable, cleared for takeoff. Runway 24,
Awesome.
squawk 5234.
Cleared for takeoff. Runway 24 squawking 5234 Zepu 237.
We are squawking 5234 already. Might have to double check if there's something that went wrong with that. Okay, so that automatic assistance, automatic changing of the ATC mode. There we go, runway 24. Winds looking proper. You have the correct runway. I see 24 on the ground. Awesome. Alright. Let's enable takeoff mode. Apply forward pressure on the yoke. Engines are stable. Let's go to Toga. There we are. Wind should be light and variable, shouldn't be a factor. No need for any crosswind adjustments. 80 knots. Releasing forward pressure on the yoke. We have V1. Rotate. Beautiful. Positive rate. Gear up. Follow the flight director there. Looking good. Move back to the climb detent. Go to speed mode and heading mode. And turn on autopilot. There we are. 250 knots is what we want.
237 contact Manila departure on 119.9. Have a good one.
Departure on 119.9 Zepu 237.
Yeah, even the handover to departure frequency is working perfectly now. Thank you,
Departure
Dave.
Zepu 237 climbing to flight level 140.
That is amazing.
Zepu 237, good morning. Radar contact.
Alright, we should start our turn to the left now. We should be turning within 5 nautical miles from the VOR. Alright, so let's turn left here. What I'm going to do is adjust the heading so that we are headed for that green line. Intercept that radial. Let's have a look outside. Might get a bit noisy though. There it is. Hello, Manila. Beautiful. Home sweet home. Let's have a look at the radar here. Couple of planes in the vicinity. Anywhere near us? Not really. We do have one in sight there, right in front, right below us. Looking pretty good. So let me show you where we are in terms of Navigraph. So if I center that one, that's where we are. So we turned left and now we are going straight through to intercept this 117 radial. When we are close, then I'll adjust the heading manually. But right now we are still navigating via VOR. We're not yet following any GPS coordinates or whatnot. And that's pretty cool actually. So this magenta needle here will start moving towards us. And when it gets closer, then I'll change the heading to follow that green line better. 10,000 feet. Turn off the landing lights. You can actually also disarm the reversers. Turn off the taxi lights, and the manual crossflow can also go off. And now that we have 10,000 feet, actually 11,000 even, so let's switch to standard KNH here for all three. And now we can also speed up
Zepu 237 climb and maintain flight level 210.
Climb and maintain
290
flight
knots.
level 210 Zepu 237.
210. Continue our climb. Can you see the magenta line slowly snaking towards us? That guy. So we should start really changing our heading now bit by bit, so that the heading and the magenta line eventually meet in the middle. And we are right at that green line. Something along those lines. And this should also get closer. There you go. You start the green line here in the middle moving close. That means we're starting to intercept it. Looking pretty good. There it is. That looks perfect. And the most fulfilling thing here is when everything becomes a straight line. And then we'll know that we are on the right path there. That's more like it. There it is, looking pretty good right there. Now I do have to adjust a bit the heading because we'll have to follow the course where that circle, green circle is. Because of winds, we have to adjust that a little.
Climb and maintain flight level 290. Contact Manila Center on 128.3. Enjoy your morning.
Center on 128.3. Take care Zepu 237.
That is amazing. Everything is working as expected. And if you look at Navigraph, that's where we are. So we intercepted the radial 117 perfectly. And now we can actually switch back to FMS here. Nav source would be FMS. And change back to the typical one where we have Talim. Okay, now we can go to nav mode and follow the waypoints. Because normally the CRJ doesn't have enough information, at least this implementation by Airsoft does not have that information of intercepting the radials and whatnot during the departure. It's a bit more of a question mark. But that looks pretty cool. Glad that worked out fine. Oh, that is beautiful. Thank you, Dave, for fixing this. Now we can depart from NAIA without any difficulty. So what we actually did, he released a new version of the Pilot to ATC app. And this, he gave me the link. And probably when I reply to him that it is working, then he'll release that for the public. Something along the lines of the center frequency was not visible before, the Manila center. And that was causing all the problems with the filing of the flight plan, with the handover frequency not working and all that stuff. Okay, it seems to be working as well. The mode for the transponder is now in alt. That seems to automatically have changed because we after we took off, it changed from ground to alt. So that's great. So now ATC or pilot to ATC is now able to sync your ATC status in there if you're on standby or not. Now that's the view I've been waiting for. Wing view with Mount Mayon in sight. That is perfect. Let's take a photo of that. Maybe an angle like this would do pretty nicely. Oh my goodness. Yes, please. How about an external shot, guys? Not too shabby. Oh, there's the airport right below us. Okay, up next is the end of the arrival and the start of the approach. Romy at 3,000 feet. Looks pretty good there.
1013 cleared for the run of approach to runway 24 with the Romy transition at Legazpi principal.
QNH is 1013 cleared for the run of approach to runway 24 with the Romy transition Zepu 237.
Well, let's lower the selected altitude to 2,500. That's the altitude for the final approach fix, since we've been cleared for the RNAV 24 approach. Let's arm the reversers, not forget that. So during landing, I like to have 2 green, 2 white in there as a nice reminder that I have everything set up. Now we have not yet been cleared to land, so I won't turn on the taxi lights yet. Stay here at 170 knots at around 3,000 feet. 2,500, that's perfect. Exactly at the final approach fix based on that range to alt indicator. Right, we have not yet been cleared. Please don't let me go around.
237 winds are cleared to land runway 24.
There we go.
Land runway 24 Zepu 237.
Awesome. Autopilot off, we're on our own. Looking good. Looking bang on the glide path. Kinda-ish. To be honest, we're a bit high, but we can make that work. We can catch up to that. Just a little bit of adjustment. There you go. There it is. 2 white, 2 red.
300.
MDA, we are continuing to land.
100.
Pretty close to that building. That was scary.
50. 40. 30. 20.
Alright. Set that down. Like so. Beautiful. Reversers on.
Zepu 237 exit runway when able.
Beautiful. Now the gates I see on the left, there's an A320 there that's parked. There's the gate here. Yeah, we should be able to make that no problem. Awesome. Ground spoilers deployed automatically as well, helping us with the braking. I barely had to step on the brakes. Right there. Beautiful. So this is also a custom airport. Mods list link in the video description if you want this custom scenery. It's free. Flaps going up. Landing lights, strobes going off. APU starting.
Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete.
There's the parking. Yeah, we can go with that. Thought there was no parking left for me. Thank you.
Clear of active Zepu 237.
There we go.
Zepu 237, there is no ground control at this airport. Let us know if you need taxi instructions.
No, I don't think we'll need taxi instructions because it's right there. Oh, there's actually someone guiding us. Nice. Oh, that's fancy. Alright, thank you. Cool. Okay. Taxi lights go off. Seatbelts. I think I hit the wrong button a while ago. There's the standby that I wanted. And now we can turn off the engines. He's happy. Awesome. Doors opening. It's a successful flight, guys. Oh, amazing. That is amazing. I remember taking a photo like this. Yeah, this is actually a perfect spot, huh? I'll take another photo in there in a bit. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Catch you in the next one. And I'm so happy that pilot to ATC is fixed now in NAIA. Thank you again, Dave. Alright, have a good day, guys. Clumsy flying, and catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.